Welcome. Hello. Hello.
Oh, hello there.
Welcome.
Your attention, please.
Sorry, it looks like my Stream Deck button's crashed. Surprise! It's par for the course. All right. So good morning to Bobreen in yellow and Mama Bear and Fantastic Sherlock Fox. Anyone else who's popped in with that raid, I do appreciate it very, very much. That explains a lot. Where are we here? We are going to be hanging out in the live, or in the live, in the Java server. Yes, you guys have seen that corner a lot. I suppose it's raining. Lovely. And Happy New Year to you, Lord Snarl.
Welcome.
Welcome on in. All right. Just going to fire up the Stream Deck buttons again and see if they're actually going to cooperate from here on in. All right. So what we did yesterday was a lot of tearing down, and we have a ton of terraforming cleanup to do later. But if we get enough of it finished, over here, then what we did on the other side is we rebuilt the Abbot's house and we terraform flattened out most of this zone in here so that we can build a stable. And following that, we'll end up with a cemetery. We'll see if we get to that today. I'm kind of trying to dodge it. I just don't like cemeteries. You know, who really does? Actually, that's not true. I have cousins that do. But the reason they do is because they've lived next to one and were overjoyed by the quiet neighbors. So, yeah, weird as that is. All right, so first things first, I guess I need rockets. Let's make sure we got everything. All right. See if I can soak the rockets while I pick them up. Rocket soakage. Okay. Problem solved. Maybe. I'm gonna wing it on the stables, but 9 chances out of 10 they'll probably start looking like this, just because that's more or less what I know. On the other hand, it'll be a more enclosed variety. Maybe. I don't know. That's the plan. I don't actually intend to put any horses or anything in it. It just is going to be there. Okay, where are we here? I will need... Oh, clearly I did not... Can I? Yeah, let's say clearly I did not path block the grass before I put the gates in on those ones. What am I looking for? I'm looking for spruce gates. Okay, that should be plenty. Thanks. I think. What do I want to do with this? Because it's going to be stone. Not that I don't have the logs, I just don't know what I want. That's sort of oak on birch, right? And we've got a very dark building on the other side, so I'm just trying to see how we deal with it on the inside. Why not? Let's just go with the spruce. It'd look really odd to have lighter ones, actually. Maybe not spruce, maybe we'll see about the oak. do it oak, and we'll go classic. Guess I'll need those for gates. Where is sticks? There we go. That should do. And we have stone over there, I think. Actually, I don't know if we do or not. Let's grab a stone box. Got some. And roofing material. Like roofing material, I'm thinking I should probably stick with the same thing over and over, maybe? I'm debating, because polished blackstone's a little rough for a stable. Deep slate. Deep slate might work. Let's take the deep slate with us. And if it doesn't work, we can come back for the blackstone. Ow! Thank you, Fantastic Sherlock Fox, for being on top of things today. I recognize that you've been up a little earlier than me, through no interest of your own. Do I have? Oh, that's a creeper underground. Okay. Just in case, this part over here has a good number of holes in the cave. That's just one exit there, so we're going to have a rather busy cemetery. Just grab this and cut straight back. Why not? Why not? Round it out just a bit, maybe? All right. So, I'm just kind of curious. Pardon me. But I'm just kind of curious. For those of you that are into the, maybe not New Year's resolutions, maybe hopes for the year, what sorts of things were on your hit list? I mean, there's always the questions people have about what are your streaming goals, what are your work goals, you know, those sorts of things, life goals, etc. I'm not really into big goals in terms of things like, you know, hey, I'm going to lose weight, or I don't know, I'm going to run a marathon or something like that. I'm not that kind of person. Mine were lofty but generic in terms of not wanting to feel as harried and behind my daily to-do list as I do now. Harried isn't the word, but yeah, behind. And then my other goal is just to feel physically better than I do now. That's about it in a nutshell. I'm glad those guys are underground. See. Every game you stream to be family friendly. Oh! Wow. That's a tall ask. Not, how do I put it? Not that I don't think it's doable, but there are some games that are family friendly, and some that are like family friendly adjacent, as in they don't necessarily have poor language or poor content per se, but they love innuendo. But it's also a tall ask in terms of interest, because I will say that although there are an awful lot of family friendly games out there, there are not a lot of family friendly games that people seem to enjoy as much. Like, I know there's an awful lot of people who play, you know, say Minecraft, or actually I can't. Most of Fortnite, I guess, can be, but there's, yeah, it's not a huge market in my opinion. Okay, I have more stone than I thought, which bothers me because that means that my bow is over there. With mobs showing up, that's not great. Yeah, that's the thing, is Grand Theft Auto, it's very sweary sometimes, and Call of Duty can be as well. The only other challenge I can think of with Call of Duty is that you need to be careful, or not need to, clear to yourself on what the definition of family friendly would be. And the reason I say that is because for some, Call of Duty would be perfectly family friendly. For others, it would be full of, like, you know, blood and violence. And there's a point at which you kind of have to draw the line and go, okay, honestly. am I going to be looking at like Kirby balloons for the rest of my life, which is kind of annoying, or is it going to be something that I'm going to enjoy? The other game I've been playing with the kids outside of this is, as we've talked about a little bit here, was ultra casual Valheim. And that's one of those ones that, once again, is either creepily clean in terms of lacking in blood and stuff, or it has sprays of, like, slime. And it's got cheesy excuses for slime. And I think that's just a way of dodging a lot of that question about gore entirely. There we go. Now I feel better, because if mobs do show up, I can take them out a little bit better. There you go. It's a tough one. It's a tough crowd, right? And I mean, there are plenty of players who, even people in our community, who, when they play for themselves, they will be. I'm trying to think while I do this. When they play for themselves, they don't have problems with those sorts of things, you know, cussing and poor language or suggestive material. But then there are others, like, or at other times, those same people might be likely to be picky about family friendly only because maybe their kids haven't gone to bed yet, or even if their kids are mature enough for that sort of thing, if they just, you know, might suddenly walk around the corner, or you never know what your little one, who you didn't think was ever hearing you, suddenly pops out with. And they may have zero clue what it means, but it could be incredibly offensive to somebody else. And it's one of those things where family-friendly games frequently hedge a lot of that. In case anyone is curious, I'm quite liberal with the coffee in the mornings, but hydrates is quite literally a water bottle. So if we have hydrates for everybody, choose your poison, I guess. Okay, first. Going.
How can you talk if you haven't got a brain?
I'm just gonna.
Know. But some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Shush. So, I think I've had it with this Stream Deck app on my iPad. It seems to be fine on my iPhone, but not on the iPad. So I need to change it up. So we'll get to that in between streams today. 2 fictional space stations, Starbase 1 and the Death Star. Awesome. Awesome. I'm also going to add Babylon 5 to that one, because that's my starbase of choice, I guess you could say. Okay, what I wanted out of this. Ooh, I was just thinking I wanted the stone bricks. And I'm always one of those people who, rather than making a ton, I'm a just-in-time type maker, which means that if I have some, I have an internal need to go and find them and use them up before I make more. It's kind of obsessive, I suppose. Yeah. 3. Well, that wasn't very productive. Alrighty then. Yeah. Oh, I needed stone floors, right. Need the flooring for something else. Okay. Move that. Don't need... in a box later. Alright. Okay. I think I'm done. Maybe, kinda, sorta. Maybe. Yes. Sure, that's fine. No problem needing to adult. Adulting is important. Adulting is one of those things that's on my to-do list for this year. It sounds really kind of weird, but I sort of do mean it in terms of actually getting to get things done. Okay, so as much as I would love to have a view, I don't think horses and mules need a view, but we need a lot of space from internally. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hello, kitty. Okay, fences. It's probably easier to measure with that. Inside. Yeah, 2 wide stalls ought to work. Yeah. Space for people to get through. Yeah, that ought to work. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3. Two, three, three, and maybe one more, I think. Actually, Abbey's a little bit more of a guest house kind of place, so I'll give it another one. 1, 2, 3. That's 4, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like counting with Delenn. Fail. Don't say you enjoy the adulting, but you hope it's mostly painless. Yeah, exactly. Tycho Station for the Expanse. Ooh. And there's also plenty of Star Trek ones. I mean, we've got Wolf 359, and then a bunch I can't even remember anymore, but I can picture them. I just don't remember their names because they became kind of generic after a while. Okay, that's 1, 2. I can't even count today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last one will be 6. A good half dozen will work. So 1, 2, and
Hello there.
3. Hello, B Silver B. Welcome on in. Oh yeah. So for sure, we have we're in the movies category. 4 films with Will Ferrell. Have at her, guys. Will Ferrell's not my favorite. I can only think of... Oh, actually, that's not true. He's not my favorite, but I can think of 3 off the top. We've got... I'm thinking we've got... Yeah, I don't generally, but it's... Let's see if we can nail them or knock them out. I just need one more that I can't... that I don't have. Oh, no, there we go. I got it. So we've got Talladega Nights, we've got Sherlock Holmes, sadly, and Anchorman, and Elf. Next. Okay, we're to video games. Two video games in which the object is to save a princess. Night at the Museum. What did he play in Night at the Museum? Mario 1 and 2 and King's Quest 4 and 5. There you go. Knock that one out of the water. Okay, well. I hope your appointment goes well, because this seems to be the season for appointments and catch-ups. And Legend of Zelda. Okay, now we've got... Does anybody know what Veronica Mars is? If anybody can tell me, that would be lovely, because I have no idea what that is. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't need to... Actually, I guess, yeah, that would work. Nope, nobody knows what Veronica Mars is? Yeah, but I have no clue what it is, so I'm going to skip it just because I have no clue.
I fly.
Get another sound.
No, you followed.
As I said, we're going to move that. It might suddenly become a streamer bot stream in the how-tos. Okay, let's see. Let's go with every second one. That works. We'll do the same on the other side. Well, Yellow, we needed you. We don't know who Veronica Mars is. So, I don't know who Veronica Mars is. If you know, please do enlighten, because, yeah, I could definitely use to learn about that. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I see. Okay. Did I have a good holiday? Mostly. We ended up with the Bug of Doom, and I'm kind of responsible for that. I say it not being entirely facetious. Okay. Okay. Notes. Recommendations notes. Where did I find that? Scotch paper. I've moved a few very minor things around my desk. It's still one of those like desks of a cluttered mind type of places, but I don't know where my scotch paper went. I'll have to take. If you can remember, Yellow, could you DM me just that bit of information, because it sounds like something that would be right up my alley if I actually would look into it. But I will skip for now. Yeah, I'd be really quite interested to see that. Thank you. Okay. Oh. Okay. There's another one for you. 2 female astronauts. I know I should remember one of them. At least a Canadian. But I'm trying to think of American female astronauts, and I can only think of one. Yep, that's the one I was thinking of. That's what I was thinking of. I would love to say yes, but unfortunately no. That would be awesome if they did count. And for some, it's even debatable whether Deanna Troi would count as much of anything. It's gonna bug me now because one of the Canadian female astronauts actually was, in addition to being, an astrophysicist and everything else, she was a fantastic Girl Guide leader, and I got to go see her live, actually.
Hello.
And the weird bit about that is I got to see her live because my parents, what they do, I guess, were very prolific? No, that's not the word. They're involved in an investment group. And then because they were heavily involved in this investment group, they got they got tickets to go see her live, which is pretty cool. And then my dad couldn't go for some reason or other, and so I got to go in his stead, and it ended up winning a raffle prize that got me to be able to go and see Kennedy Space Station in Florida. Not Space Station, sorry, Kennedy Space Center in Florida. That was the deal. We had to do that, but you could do anything else you want while you're in Florida. So what did we do? We did Disney World. Like, why not? Okay, B Silver B, have a great time. So for those of you that are... See? I knew somebody would come to the rescue. Thanks, you zeroed. Where was I here? There we go. So, anyway, long story made short. That was my astronaut story. For those of you that are part of our Discord, the question of the day bot has returned. I realized on finally taking time last night to attempt to go put in some extra questions that there were several community-made decks of questions already available. So, as far as I know, they're supposed to be all family-friendly, the ones that I've picked, but there may be the odd one that's not, and as soon as I discover that, I will remove whatever question that is. But in the meantime, we have over 800 questions sitting in there. Some of them you've seen before, but they will be shuffled through, hopefully, and not too many back-to-back that we've already seen. Kennedy Center is awesome. I know Fantastic Shot Fox got to see Johnson Space Center in Texas, and I would love to see that one, just to be able to say I've seen them both. Because truth is, the launch pad stuff is cool, but after they hand off, that's when the stuff gets real. And when you talk about like a lot of the stuff that happened in Apollo 13 and so on, was out of Kennedy. But yet, this whole Houston we have a problem business is, yeah, that's because Houston Space Center was running the trip at the time. So they don't actually deal with the launches, but they're the ones that deal with more of what happens after that point. And then there's a handoff, of course, back in the opposite direction when, when the landings come through. But it's really cool to be able to actually get in a real space module from like the moon and some of those Mercury missions. The funky triangle-shaped ones from the Mercury missions were pretty sweet. And it's neat because the museum in Kennedy is actually one of the old Saturn V rocket garages, basically. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Atlantis is amazing. It's one of those where were you when things. I remember in the 80s, ballpark, spoiler on my age, but I remember in the 80s getting woken up when, let's do wood rafters, okay. I woke up by my parents when the Challenger disaster happened, because of course we were going to watch it live as it was being broadcast all over the world and so on. And so we were all watching sort of thing, and then it just suddenly wasn't there. My dad's like, what? And of course he had recorded it, or been recording it on his VHS machine. So once they got to more of the news coverage of the situation, he was stopping to rewind the thing and the actual video footage and watch for himself. It's like, are you kidding me? But part of the reason we watched that live because we were going to be, we were going, like, you wanted us to see it because there was a teacher involved, right? Well, that's it. They made a big deal out of the fact that they were bringing teachers this time. I'm not quite sure what the whole reasoning behind that was, but it was neat, very, very neat. And yeah, it's one of those where were you when moments. I'm not old enough to answer the question about where were you when, JFK went down kind of thing. And I'm not sure I really would have cared. It's not because I'm not American. It's just because it's not the first politician, and it will never be the last. But we had a good-sized setback after that, right? From the Challenger business. And then I also remember the Columbia explosion. I remember that as well. Not as a kid, unfortunately. But the Columbia explosion was a notable one. And that was just, they spent so long trying to figure out what the issue was. And the odds were so incredibly against them being able to get everybody back safely that, unfortunately, they blew it. No bad puns intended. Ooh, ouch. I didn't realize I had such a bad pun intended. Okay, there we are. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about that one, Fantastic Sherlock Fox. Because I know your first Houston trip, I picked you up at the airport. But the later ones... We learned so much from having astronauts in space and in the space stations and so forth that I still think it's a very valid and very important usage of people's time and energy and money. That's a personal taste thing, but 1, 2, 3. So it's kind of a shame that we don't have as much of a scientific bent on it anymore, and whether it be the American government or the European government or as in the economic union or whatever, or whether it be the Japanese or anybody else, it's just that we don't have as much as we used to for supports. Okay, so Geek Out has switched. We're talking about 4 cooperative video games. Yeah. Ooh, I didn't realize Star Trek Online was cooperative. Yeah, I guess it is. Raft, yeah. So I mean, cooperative really is a lot of the multiplayer games here. Okay. I'm just kind of winging this as we go, so I'm not really sure if I'm going to like whatever we come up with. I'm thinking stripping these logs might work better, so I'll strip them a little bit later. We can always do that after. Takes Two is phenomenal? Okay, I think I might figure out the ends afterwards. Too real. Oh, I've seen that one, yeah. Now I think about it. It has a bit of an, if I remember correctly, almost an semi-anime style art, but it's not stereotypical anime, I suppose? I feel like It Takes Two would be kind of creepy if you were using VR headsets. What I'm thinking about doing with this one is actually having a double direction. More of a because I can rather than it actually needs to be. What I mean by the double direction, sorry, is having dual peaks. So the center one would come up higher, and then these ones would slope from the sides. But I'm trying to decide if I want to do it lamely with the stairs, or if I want to go a little more low with the slabs. But the problem with doing it with slabs is that the beams would look really stupid, because they already kind of do. Let's sleep and then decide. Heave-ho! Yes! That would be cooperative. I mean, I guess one could say cooperative on just about any game, on just about any game that has a modifier based on the number of people playing. That sounds weird, but our kids and I were talking about that just the other day. Deep slate roof tiles. It's a... I don't like the look of the brick slabs. Cobbled deep slate. I guess it's a stable, why not? We'll go with... The deep slate tiles look the darkest to me a little bit, so they might blend the nicest with the blackstone. So, It Takes Two, if you want a bit of a weird, cry it all around type of world, It Takes Two is perfect for that. Not It Takes Two, sorry, Heave-Ho is perfect for that. Do check some of Dadcraft73's old videos, or Pigglesworth's point of view. It was a game that was brought to their attention by our fine overseas buddies, Loy, and so it's one of those ones that's all geometric and has a ton of spikes and so forth. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do this in a really messy format. I need some actual ones. Deep slate tile stairs. Oh, you know, maybe I'll just go with the usual one. Do it this way. Why not? It's organized? Yes. Okay. But yeah, it can be side scroll game if you allow for it being a vertical scroll game as well. So Heave-Ho is a bit of a weird one. And the shape of the characters, quite literally, they're just blobs with arms. That's about all you get. I mean, there's a few where it looks more like a body in terms of shape, but there's an awful lot of just arms, and you have to keep grabbing and letting go repeatedly so that you can actually move from place to place. And there's a lot of things that come through that are, spikes or lava or falling into the void or, yeah. And they had a good series on it with the three of them. I don't know if anybody will ever want to play it again, but even though there was a lot of, the usual whining and crying all around going on, there was also a lot of great things happening in terms of cooperative work. And it's one of those games that seemed, to me at least, to ramp its difficulty, partly based on how many people were playing. Oh, this is not right here. And is that where I put the... Yeah, okay. Let's go this way. Yeah. So, and there's a lot of, there's cooperative versions of offline games as well. They're video games versions of offline games. Oops, not there. Wrong one. All right, and that one's going the wrong way. Okay. Figuring out the center is a bit challenging. Okay, we got a bunch of cooperative video games. Let's see if we can get another. Did that work? No. There we go. There are tabletop games now that take place in space. Apparently space is our theme for the day. So says the game. The tabletop games that take place in space. There's space franchise-themed ones I've had, but I don't remember too many tabletop ones that do. That might not last very long. Space Hulk. What's that one all about, Fantastic Sherlock Fox? I don't recall having learned that one. I'm sure there's parts of like the BattleTech type games that are space as well. There's what was it? There was a Star Trek card game that I used to play for years and years and years. I didn't say years and years, but when I was in junior high, which was years ago, there was quite a lot of Star Trek game stuff. Any Star Wars Monopoly. That's bright, actually, now that I think about it. I think my son has one of those Star Wars Monopoly type games. Set in the Warhammer 40k universe. So let's see. I need to sneeze, so just give me one quick second. If that didn't mute correctly, my apologies to everybody involved. I think we're good. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's funny. In our house, we know we have some dust issues. We're aware of that part of it. But for some reason, it just seems like you go to settle in a room for a while and you're going to be allergic to the room. Not quite sure why or how. That happens in every room, regardless of whether we've dusted or cleaned recently. I'm not used to doing a double peak roof, and I'm actually enjoying the fact that I'm mirroring the arch on both sides. Oh, except when that happens. That one's very wrong here. It's going to be an interesting piece in the middle for me, because I've got an image in my head that has a very straight angle. Straight angle. Oh. Oh, this is wrong too. Now I think about it. I have to do these in tandem, whether I like to or not. Because this side is going to keep climbing toward its peak, and the other ones are going to be climbing toward theirs. Okay, let's just do it with the wall here. We'll fix the ends as we go. I guess I have to do it at the same time. At least on one side, so I can mirror. Yeah. Weird. Okay. Anyway, where are we here? Space Hulk is one I haven't heard of before. Space Marines always reminds me of the show Space Above and Beyond. Yeah, that's true, actually. I haven't heard that name in years. In all honesty, Space Marines also reminds me of, oh shoot, what was it? Starship Troopers? I don't know why, but just the idea of Space Marines reminds me of that. Around the time period, same time period as Earth 2. Oh, okay. That's the peak. Okay, this one. I wish I had Huge Stormy Owl's ability to just, like, do roofs as she goes and just, oh yeah, I know how this is supposed to go. We'll go like this and like this and like that. And she's got it all nailed. And I just, as I say, you know, you keep trying and someday you might make it. And it's probably faster to go horizontally, but because I'm still thinking my way through this thing, you guys get to see me do it in weird ways, vertical, and tear it apart as we go, and so on. Okay, and this one. I don't know if this is the right direction or the wrong direction. Let's pull that one out. Complete this. I'm a little confused how the center section got to be shorter than the sides, because I wanted it the other way around. So obviously I've done something wrong. Ow. It was kind of a toss-up as to which, sci-fi shows were worse. What I mean by that is that some of the stuff made in the US was pretty darn bad. Some of the stuff made in UK was pretty darn bad. And I don't even know who got to the bottom of the barrel first. Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong. Okay. Kind of hard to have a shorter peak if I've only got one on the ends of the buildings and they're notably wider than the sides. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that would do it. Okay. Well, then we'll tear it back a little bit. That's fine, we can do that. Oops. It wouldn't be Minecraft if I wasn't tearing it apart, right? Isn't that how it goes? All right. That's where I wanted to start climbing. Let's try it again. Nope, that's exactly where I started. 1, 2, 3, yeah. here. How much lower am I? 2 rows lower, so I had to pull out 2 rows further. It's not gonna look right. What have we got? New one is a pop culture party. Categorized movies, 4 films that feature fraternities or sororities. Ooh, this. I don't have much experience with either, but my little experience with fraternities or sororities suggests that they're generally in films nothing but trouble. Trouble, trouble, and then some. I'd at least get it match tight. Monsters, Inc. Good choice. Thinking of family friendly and all. Yeah, that'll at least get it level to work. I guess we'll go with the crisscross style. Why not? It's gonna meet at a weird point, though. Ah! That's pretty strange. Okay. Sure. Why not? Animal House? Okay. Anybody got any idea, just to fill me in because I don't really know, why it is that these frats and sororities and so on always use the whole Greek letter business? I'm just not familiar with that. I wasn't cool enough to have any idea. Oh. Fine. All right. So we've gotten past 2. Well, okay. Is it that the titles are not family friendly, Bob, or is it that the movies themselves are not? Because if it's just the movies themselves that are not, I'll easily let those answers come through, just with let people know, yeah, don't go watch this film if you're a fan of family friendly material. Right? As our friend Dadcraft loves to say, yeah, it is very family unfriendly. That's it. I mean, if we're talking about groups and stuff like that, yeah. I mean, Greece has the Thunderbirds. Sorry, are they Thunderbirds? I can't remember. But it has the Pink Ladies. I mean, something with birds. I can't remember exactly what it was. People said the Eagles, but it's totally wrong. I know that, for sure. I almost kind of want to say that, like, Dead Poets Society would have one in there, but that doesn't sound right either. T-Birds, okay, yeah. So it was the Thunderbirds. T-Birds. In all honesty, before I'd actually ever really knew who Travolta was, I actually was interested in watching Grease for, of all people, Dee Conn, who played Frenchie. Because I was familiar with Dee Conn's Broadway material, but not her movie material. And in all honesty, the actress who played Sandy was definitely a one-hit wonder. She certainly didn't do much of anything else ever again. And I can't exactly blame her because she wasn't the greatest actress. But, yeah. I had a friend who was really into Grease as a kid. Very, very much liked the movie. Olivia Newton-John. We never saw her much again. Didn't she do... I want to say she was the one behind Boots Are Made for Walking, but I don't think so. That was another one of those one-hit wonder people. I'll admit, coffee or no coffee, something that's happened the last year or so. I mean, not that I was great in the first place at it, but something's happened in the last year or so is my memory for tidbits of information has totally shifted. I know random, useless stuff, as you guys have no doubt heard, but I can't remember lots of, not that that's necessarily useful, but like names and faces and places and stuff. It's just not a thing for me anymore. That's one of those makes you feel old moments. So let's just go sideways. Okay, let's camera this. Alright, so the logic would say that, or sorry, the lore logic would say that I could have roof beam going across in this one. Finish out the supports. And then we'll just put slabs across the top of this. Sure, yeah, enjoy. Enjoy. It's quite late for those across the pond, actually. Okay, and then this one, gonna go in there. Suggest then the other beams are a little bit dumb, but we can have ourselves a hayloft in there. Have a good walk. Enjoy the fresh air. That's not snow and ice. Fantastic Sherlock Fox had a pretty icy morning. Oh, what the? Lightly. Okay, this is definitely going to need to change. Put these on here for now. There. Double check. Okay, good. Just don't want anything spawning in there. Yeah, these cross beams look kind of weird. I really wish we could get smaller ones, or like horizontal wall width beams, but that would have been kind of nice. I mean, I would have even taken if you strip them, they turn into like wall width pillars that you could go horizontally with, but that would be wishful thinking. But I think I will go trapdoors on the inside of that. Unfortunately, the trapdoors will need to be spruce, I think. Probably one hole punched in this wall. Otherwise, your horse will stink forevermore. Let's go with 2. The assumption is you're going to need to be able to bring in the materials. All right. We'll skip sororities for now. There we go. Sci-Fi Network Original Series. Now, we cut the cable a few years ago, and I don't believe we'd had sci-fi before that, so it doesn't apply all that well for us. but that doesn't necessarily mean that Fantastic Sherlock Fox is not aware of series that were picked up by streaming after they got off of the Sci-Fi Network. Okay, and this one has to be extra tall. Just gotta close that one up. Yeah. I remember whether it's 3 or 4 to get through a door. Expanse was originally sci-fi, and so was Firefly. Right. Yes. Not quite a barn door look. Let's pull this one out, though. 2, 3. I'll take out this row as well. Okay. And then up here, I think, whoa. Let's see, up here we're going to put ladders, but kind of hard to put ladders up that section. Let's try something different here. One, two. That's a little bit narrow. Nope, that'll work. That'll work. Gates. I can chop off this one. Pull the storage, sure. Oops, let's take this one out. That'll work better. That way, we have the center section open with ladders up the back. Yeah, there's still room for 8 horses, which actually is better than the number we had before anyway. And then we also have space in the back wall for like hanging tack and stuff like that, which in our case will probably be probably maybe a couple of item frames with saddles on them. A couple other ones with leads, and then we can pretend that that works. All right, so we have, did I bring? We're gonna have to do the next layer, I believe, in spruce, not just because of the way the doors look. I can go with dark oak on that one if we want the paneled style. One of the things I will kind of wish Minecraft would do is allow you optionally, for texture purposes, to have different woods having the same trapdoor pattern. So for example, spruce has the ones that look sort of barrel-like, whereas the oak has the, or dark oak has the square squares on it. And oh, I'm gonna need a lot more than that. Spruce, come with me. Dirt. Dirt lives over there. The dark oak has sort of the chocolate square look, which I don't have any of at the moment. I think I might have some in the tree chop zone. Yeah. But I would love it if this pattern of spruce trapdoor you can see would actually look half decent in a lighter wood or in a darker wood or whatever, because it's the strip, like the strips of wood type of look that I like, almost sort of a plank look without being planks. But in this case, it's not really going to matter, I suppose. There's some more. That might actually be enough. And then really? Okay. There's a third spot. I think it's over here. Or did I pick that all up? I did. I picked that all up. Huh. Wonder what I did with all my odds and ends of dark oak. Who knows? That's okay. We'll figure it out. Probably. Wonder if I left myself a fencing zone. I was working on beds and whatnot for the fences. Or for the walls. I don't see one. Nope, guess not. I've got woods, I just have to figure out where I put them. And labeling doesn't seem to help. Okay, it's not that. It's this. Books. That's just random everythings. Those are the empties. We'll just make some, fix them and make some. Just thinking, I've used oak for the front door of the cathedral, which makes it look more formal, so maybe the dark oak probably won't work. I'll go back to spruce for that and get the big doors. Doors. We can do that on the other side. Alright, we're good. I say as I double check. Oh no, I did bring the box. Height! Yay! Oh, haha. Did I forget the deep slate? I can't recall. And yeah, a lot of these roofs in the residences are completely unsupported, so I need to figure that part out as well. We did not put out table. Let's go with these. Would be nice if they would let you do double high doors, but unfortunately that's not the case. Oh, whoops, wrong way. No. I'm just trying it simply because I don't think it's going to work. But I've had one of those moments where if I don't try it, something will actually make it suddenly work. Yeah, not going to happen. So where is this? Oh, oops. The whole squat business, which is kind of a pain on scaffolding. You squat, you fall through, right? Oh, that one didn't work. Fine, let's do it the old-fashioned way. More effective. Come on, place, thank you. That's better. Oops. Great. They're not necessarily into this whole sci-fi original series business, so let's see, what have we got? Back to books. 4 literary characters who can teleport. There you go. Literary characters who can teleport, so we're not talking Enderman. I mean, any sci-fi, or sorry, any Star Trek book that had the transporters, I guess you could say any character in those books would work. So I will say not Dr. McCoy, just because he's one of the ones that dislikes the transporters, as does Reginald Barclay. The whole point to having double is actually more that we would have it sliding if we could. Sliding on the outside. But this will at least get us in as human players. So. I didn't finish the outside, shame on me. Oh. This one is wrong. Nightcrawler from Marvel? Okay. I'm not familiar with Nightcrawler, but I'm glad to hear it. Got the overhangs in the ends, but I don't think I'm going to have much of an overhang on these ones. One. Can I actually reach that? Nope. Kind of weird how you can chop. So you can pickaxe or chop one block further than you can reach for placing. Kind of weird. Nope. There we go. Okay, what have we got here? I'm pretty sure I forgot the same on the back. Oops. You from Star Trek? Very true. Yeah, the books were very secondary to the show, the Star Trek series. But I can see where you're going with that. Not doors. That would be convenient. Outside, though. Oops. Uh-huh. We are quarter past the top of the hour. So for those of you that are paying attention, let's see. There are always good people that come in at the top of the hour, so I'm loving it. So this one will need to be... I want it to go this way. Fine. Not much in terms of texture difference in that, but I'd rather have it on the outside of the building if I could, and it just won't let me at that height. Where are these? I did that wrong. Oh well. Let's pull it out. We'll fix it later. We're looking for a hayloft style in here. Off the top. Oop. Off of the... Wow. Derp. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Okay. Actually, you know what? That's probably smarter anyways. Again, I like the bands the short direction, but the logic on the direction of the trapdoors or sticking to each other and filling up the gaps, that actually makes more sense to go this way anyway. I like the high ceiling that we get out of it. Did I? Very gimped hayloft. We'll go with that. Nice and small. Yeah, just enough room to walk through, so that's perfect. Need more. Yeah, small number of horses, exactly. It's really only for the guests of the Abbey, right? And one thing I didn't put in front of every house up top, which I probably should add at some point, is just a random post for hitching purposes. It was spruce for trapdoors, so that would be this one. And that would be... Sure. I don't think I need 80 some odd doors, right? Let's not actually make gazillions. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, 10. Okay, we can do that. Doors. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah. There we go. I suppose technically we need an 11th one. Do I have in storage? Go. Okay, great. Oops, I with the door again. Duh. Not working in this brain department. Let's get the door on the back side again. We can leave it open. I'm okay with that. I'll give it some texture to work with. And then I've got the overhang to work in as well. Darn it. I wanted it, like, open. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'll leave it. Yeah, this is a little easier this way. And that one, this one, and that one. And we just need the slabs to close up. That one didn't work anyway. Do. Ow. Ecode has changed to fictional schools. I'll cover that off with Harry Potter. We've got Hogwarts and Smeltings. Riverdale High is a good one. Does anybody remember the one from Buffy the Vampire Slayer? And Hawkins High, Stranger Things? Hello! Hey, Terry Darts, even if I... Okay. Yes, I see your point. I was just about to try and refute that one. And I'll go with, even if that is the case, then I will go with the idea that there are a lot of fictional tales told outside of school that are quite fish stories. How's that? Welcome to your darts. I did not take the time last night to put in the aughts questions, but there will be 350 more questions coming from the... Let's see if we can get this. Yeah, it's from the aughts edition. I know it's more of a UK way of saying things, but saying the 2000s when it doesn't actually have the 2 in there is kind of fun. Okay, I needed slabs, that's what I was looking for. Deep slate tile slabs. One of the things I miss about... one of the things I miss about... did I not bring any? Shoot, that's not good. I miss about modded is that you can often have a mod called Chiseled, which is a handheld chisel, but the point with that one and why I miss it is that you can have just about anything, any block that you can chisel, you can turn it into any other chiseled variety. Or even if you have an original one and then you've turned it into something else, you can actually convert it back again when you're done, which is great for storage purposes. How am I? There it is. I knew I had one, and it's on me. Of course. That's okay. It's not flying into things. School from this series community is called Greendale Community College. Cool. There's a lot of imaginary schools. Weird bit is a lot of places, yeah. A lot of places are in the, as far as fictional schools go, a lot of series just have a so-and-so went to school. Period. That's all they do. That's not, I mean, that's not all they do in the series, but that's all they do in terms of talking about the schools. Uh, 32 should do it. Oh! Yeah.
I flied?
No, You bald.
That'd be a bit more accurate this time around. A lot of those schools, they just, you know, like Disney's That's So Raven, for example, they just go to school. If you're in Canada, one of the more famous fictional schools would be Degrassi. They had Degrassi Junior High, and then kids went, weirdly, to Degrassi High School, which is odd because you would think it's a junior senior high. At least in most cities, they don't tend to repeat the school titles or school names. Huh. Okay. Okay, now let's do a little bit of punching out and giving some shutters to these things. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, I think. Try and get 20 just so we have lots. Or 22 will do, sure. What I'm looking for is here. And to the side. Nope, not what I want to do. So I need less than I thought. This one. This one. Okay. Yeah, I guess it is that way. Okay. We'll slide these over by one. Give the doorway a little bit more gap. These two. Lucky horse. All right. Just about done this one because we have other things to do. That doesn't look right. It will be? I don't know. Excuse me. I should feel well rested, but I don't today. Just one of those days. I could easily crawl back into bed. It's not cold here per se. There was just a little bit of a chill, and I was not overly warm when I got up this morning. Yes, actually, I want one in the center. Just my brain says for evenness, but then that removes our wall on the inside from being able to hang things on it. I don't think I actually have a whole ton of saddles. Dinner time. Yep, no problem. You're very, very welcome for the stream, Bob. Being Wednesday, if you were coming back afterwards, we'll probably be in Jade's if she's live, so you're not going to be missing anything from here. Have a great dinner. I'm always curious what you have for dinner, because you make such great things. We have some good dinners around here, too. But, of course, Fantastic Chicago Fox and I are always open for new ideas. Okay, so there's a saddle there. There's one over here. And I'm not going to take the mule or the donkey over to the other side because they are just not high enough class to be guests at an abbey. Sorry, but your average Joe doesn't get to sleep at the abbey. Ooh, fajitas and darts finals. Sounds like that's up Terrier's alley, too. Be at least the darts. What was I came over here for something. Oh, saddles, and do I have... I've got some item frames. I've got some leads.
Oh, hello there!
But I don't have saddles. Hey, Sashay, how are you doing? Glad to see you here. We have been, we have been building a stable. Something like that, but not quite. And I need to make gates, right? Yes. I didn't make gates. Oops. Okay, well, I need to do that. And we don't have any saddles to put on the wall, so I guess I'll have to steal the ones off these guys. Why not? Whoa! Whoops. Hey, you. Mine? I don't have excess saddles. That'd be nice. But by not adventuring, you kind of get a little shorted on saddles. I could probably go buy one if I really wanted to. You can hear how interested my care meter is in that one. You having a hard time getting into the work vibe? The face for radio and the voice for print, yes. This is one of those odd situations. I don't particularly like, oh, whoops, did I not? Wow, okay. That, I guess it's irrelevant, but that could have been problematic. Nope, not that one. F7. Weirdly, oh, I see, okay. It is spawn-proof. I'm going, why don't I have buttons or a torch up there? Now I know why. It's half slabs. But yeah, this would be not a fun way if a mob had spawned and just ended up falling in. All right. So Della's radio is actually more possible than it ever was before. Starting next week, it'll be 4 days a week. Yeah, as opposed to double up streams. Okay, let's try. Let's put one on each side. This, there. Put the saddle in the bottom one. Just assumption of weight that isn't really there. And leads and or brittle. I'm not sure I like that. No, I don't like that. What I'm actually going to do is attempt at some point to double that up. Probably have to go buy some saddles or something. But I think I'll put these in the back of each stall. And then the idea being that whatever horse is in there will be the one that who that stuff belongs to. So we're going to need some more frames. I got 2 there. Let's see what we can do in the last 25. Can we get that figured out? Do I have a guy that sells item frames? I should, but I'm not sure that he's leveled up enough. So we'll have to find out. Otherwise, we'll take a trip to the shopping district and see what we can find for saddles. I don't think there's any, but I haven't been there in a while, so I guess you never know. Today is one of those days where if I can find a place to crash, I will find it. Okay, where is you? You don't? What the? Alright. Are you the only one? I thought I had 2. This one? Oh, you... How do you not have a job? Have you guys been... Master? Okay, what about this one? Master? No cartographer that sells item frames. Oh. Yeah, you start with glass, right? You start with paper. Okay, that's fine. How did you... They both start with paper. Well, you know, maybe Mr. Unemployed needs a job. What do you think? Should make everybody mad at me? Uh-oh, come here. Ah! Oh, whoops. Well, that that was not ideal. Okay. You're not more expensive yet, but do we have a guy? Does he have a job now? Yes. Let's see what we can do with you. Guess I better go drop the head off, or I'm not gonna have any space in here. Okay, at least the first one of those. I've had an accident that was a legit accident, and then that one was intentional. Okay, spruce. Sticks. I guess it's randomy stuff. You can go in there. Oak fence. Go up there. That's enough space because the other boxes are in the other side. Okay. Let's make these into paper. And then see if I can get that guy to cooperate a little bit. I've got emeralds, I just would love to level them up cheaply. Hello, sir. What do you have next? Well, that was less than optimal. Glass panes. Okay, I think I can do that. It's funny how when you path things you move a little faster, but I swear when you carpet them, you get slower again. Do I have any glass panes already? There's some. Friction. Friction, yep. Okay. Now what? I don't feel like trading compasses, thank you very much. Sir, what do you have? You better have what I'm looking for at the end, or I'm not going to be too impressed. No, don't be sold out. Come on. Not so good. We may just have to go shopping. I know I'm going to need a lot more, but I don't particularly feel like killing all the cows in the cow pens. Okay, did you... Oh. I know what I didn't do, and it just occurred to me. I'm going to see if I can get that guy to, pardon me, to unlock again. But I just remembered that I did not put any flooring in the Abbott's place, so we'll just use that as a pause. I know they're not going to actually do much because it's unloaded, really, while we're over here. Excuse me. Geek Out has become... Oh, can we skip that one? Okay. There we go. So 4 films in which a plane crash appears. Films. So... how about airplane? I mean, why not? Castaway, I suppose? Yep. Sounds like Fantastic Sherlock Fox and I are on the same page. Sully. Oh yes, for sure. For sure on Sully. That should be 4. Already. That's only 3, now that I think about it. Looking for one more. I guess it wouldn't say features per se, but I remember the Harrison Ford movie. I heard 2 had one? Okay. That I did not know. There we go. 4 films with plane crashes in them. So you can reach this one. I'm gonna skip it because I have no idea what Guardians of Ga'Hoole is. Sorry, guys. Okay,
How can you talk
4.
if you haven't got a brain?
Shush.
I don't know. But some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
I have to at least get rid of that button. There are days that I feel that really says me, but there's other days where I'm like, come on, that's rude.
Howdy. Howdy.
I see. Thank you very much for filling that in, Decker. I'd never heard of it, and I suspected a lot of others wouldn't have as well, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I should have skipped it. Let's see, what have we got? So we're up to 4 literary characters who died from disease. I mean, we could name a few of them. Seats. Oh, okay. See, Fox, you know a lot more than I do most of the time. Guess I'll have to... These doors back. Usually when they have names with exclamation points, or not exclamation, sorry, apostrophes in them, I make the poor assumption that it's some sort of alien-based thing. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that, and then put the torch back for now. Died from disease. What is it? Not Meg. It's one of the characters from Little Women dies of consumption, which would be tuberculosis. And these ones. Path by necessity. That makes sense. The troughs themselves can probably be mud, I think. Or muddy roots or something like that. I needed gates. Right. Let's see if that guy's unlocked yet. You know, I'm a lot the same lately. I'll read a book or a story, and to read a book or watch a movie, and I have no clue who the characters are 10 minutes later. I'm not quite that far off. Sorry, I've got a real scratch in my throat today. It's bugging me. Now, on behalf of Fantastic Sherlock Fox, ding, sub 15 minutes. Okay. Where did that guy go, and can I sell him window panes? She's your door-to-door window saleswoman. She's trying to figure out if you will buy her windows. Are you the one? No, you're not the one, now that I think about it. You're not the one that I want. Will you buy my windows, please? Oh, really? I want pink banners. Red banners might work better, so let's just grab a couple of those. What are you up to now, sir? Okay, that was a bit of a fail. We have emeralds, I guess. All right. Mud and such for now, for the bottom of the thing, and we need oak gates. What did I need? Sticks for that. And mud. No. Packed mud. Rooted dirt. Ooh. Wish I remembered how I got the rooted dirt, because that would actually look quite nice. Just a whole lot of that in the bottom of the stables. But I think mangrove roots might work well too. Color-wise, let's go with this one. No. Oh. Nope, I need more than 14. Yummy! Okay. We are going to drop this block off. Full box. Full box? Okay. Good. Bit more space. Grass, please. There. Random flotsam and jetsam. I can always do that, putting it away off stream, and then I go ahead and start doing it on stream. I can't say she's bright all the time. Face. Putting stuff away-ish. There we go. Do I have... Okay, I've got it. Portable ATM, right? We're going to the shopping district to see what they have. Perfect. Used up all your dings while I was on mute. Yeah. I thought about taking all the chicken as one of those while I'm there moments to save trips to the shopping district, but if I did that, we'd end up spending time dealing with the chicken stand rather than shopping. So, seeing Dancraft pop up in stream has reminded me, for those of you that, pardon me, excuse me, for those of you that are part of his viewership community, tonight is going to be a fun one. We understand that he's going to be putting together a transformer, sort of a snap together model variety. I'm looking forward to that one. Before that, let's see, Plunder Shop, Random Stuffs. Okay. Before that, we will be on our stream starting out with the mini Steamboat Willie build for the Mickey Mouse thing. I had made an oops and it really was Delen's fault. I didn't actually have any pieces missing. I just couldn't read numbers properly and pulled the instructions for the wrong set. So now that I got that all sorted out, we'll just rocket through that build, and then maybe we'll end up on the modded server. Provided that I'm not completely derpy lost where I left the last time, so I'll have to do a bit of checking into that before I go. Okay, we've got logs. Bees nests, huh. Mangrove roots, what do we got? Ooh. Nah. You know, I honestly think the mangrove roots is probably one of the dumber blocks they've ever introduced to Minecraft. I like the look, but like of the surface and the texture, but I don't like the see-through part. Okay, more logs, etc. Acacia logs, vines. Pardon me. There was a time when I thought I was going reverse shopping, but I couldn't quite muster the guts to do something that rude. Sorry. Must investigate when something looks this weird. I'm not quite sure what. Oh, hang on a sec. I don't trust that. What is this? Oh, I see. Okay, never mind. That's kind of cool. Okay, I think it's armors and such over at TC's. Well then, let's see if Poodle's Blunders has anything interesting. Lions, cobblestone, bamboo, yada yada yada. Sea pickles. Nope. Okay, well, at the moment it looks like we're striking out. So, I can probably just go and clobber a bunch of cows. We'll go with that. Fancy compasses. Wool shop. They're over here already. Alright, so I'm going to have to go clobber a bunch of cows to make item frames, but I still think that would be the best plan. Yeah, finally back! Yay! Welcome back, Mama Bear. Why am I don't know. I think I'm going to need coffee after this, which is kind of silly because I've got coffee. Alright, let's check the mailbox. That's one of those while we're here moments that I don't want to pass up. I'm sure... Oh, I was going to say I'm sure it's empty, but that's not the case. What is it this time? Ha ha ha! That's cute. Love it. Let's confuse myself another time and leave that for the next time. I'm sure I'll forget that it was there. Alrighty. So we did not come up with item frames, nor did we come up with saddles. So it's off to just deal without saddles. We've got enough of the leads, we can make that look good. And it kind of makes sense not to have too much going on when there aren't any horses actually there. So I can go with that theory. I do need the places to hang things, but I just don't need to actually have much in them. Being as I don't even ride the horses at the castle, then I might take those two over to the other side. Just have something in each. Holy cannoli, dude! That was an interesting sound. The whole point of the fences is so they shouldn't get in further, but they weren't on the other side. Just double checking I hadn't hidden any extras. Nope. 2. Don't have to hide for that. Go make us some more leather. Hey, we had most of the products we needed today, which is a nice change. Thank you very much to my Secret Santa for a ton of useful supplies. Like, oh no, here she comes again! Aha, you think you can get out. You know what we've got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I can get 2 calves. Which means I'm down to a breeding pair. That's not good. I should start to remember to breed these guys. Okay. 1, 2. Yeah. Because I don't have a mod at the moment showing breeding timer, which would be... If it was short enough, great, but it's not. Okay, do I have... What's on this one? including 3. You two have to stay out of the road, because I really don't want to kill those two. 4. It's 4 frames. 7 frames. We're not quite there yet. Uh-oh. Whoops. That's not good. Move. There you go, cow. That's the right direction. Did I keep the breeding pair? Okay. Sorry, guys. Here. Let's give you each one of those. How's that? You happy now? Happier? Do we have... Yep. Put a bed over here. We are just about done. We'll make up the frames, get them put up on the walls, and then off we go. And I'm sure it sticks. Can you imagine that? Okay. Oops. Go this. And we are going to be heading over to Jade's after this. So for those that are interested, we'll probably need to put in, ow, we need to put in some, oh, and I forgot to check for mud. Ooh. Interesting, okay. I did this one on the back wrong, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. B and 4. There we go. No horse in here, so we'll take this one out and that one out. That allows me opportunity to go bring the other 2 horses across if I wish. Okay, so I need to figure out what to do. Trying to remember the rooted dirt. That was a cave thing, right? Any case, let's just turn her around. This is what we've got done today. And we're going to say thank you very much to everybody who came through. Thank you very much, Mama Bear, for being my biggest fan. So I've actually decided, I said I was going to reset the biggest fan points as of the new year. I think I'm going to push back just a shade. I need to double check and see when the streamiversary technically was, because they don't really report that. But my YouTube logs, because I didn't put a lot of the tech stuff in there, but the YouTube logs I've got say that officially my first posted stream as a VOD, they archived to YouTube, was the 20th of January. So I'm going to double check and see, but that's the ballpark date for the reset of biggest fan. So thank you very much for hanging out, everybody. Thank you very much for coming by. I appreciate you came by, Lord Snarl. Always good to see you. Actually, you're a great conversationalist. There's a lot I don't know about the people of my stream, so I need to get to know you guys better. And it's perfect. As we head out, it starts to rain. I'm sure there's a song like that. But in the meantime, we're going to head over to Maribel Jade's. And I'm going to get that raid started and then say my specific thank yous to everybody that came through. There we go. And the button. Who's got the button?
Managed.
Mischief has indeed been managed. All right. So thank you to everybody for watching. Extra special thank you to ITT Tom for the raid. Also thank you I'd love to say that, but I have trouble pronouncing, so rather than butchering it, I'll skip for now. Thank you to the Clue Spenders for today, also to Fantastic Sherlock Fox for being our moderator. I appreciate Tom for bringing your crew across, as well as conversation. From ITT Tom, Mama Bear, Yellow, Bobreen, Sachet Away, Lord Snarl, B Silverbee, Zeroed, Terrier Darts, Stupido Man, and Dadcraft73. So thank you everybody for coming by. If you were just hanging out, I appreciate you too. I will be back about 7 p.m. Eastern this evening. We'll start with Lego and then we'll be back into Minecraft. So in the meantime, have yourselves a great time. I'll see you on the Jade side. Bye-bye for now.
Transfer complete.